Seniors. 7 critical blood pressure mistakes seniors must avoid. Senior health tips. Have you ever wondered why your blood pressure is still high, even when you're eating better, walking daily, and taking your medication? You're not alone. In fact, millions of seniors are making critical blood pressure mistakes every single day without even realizing it. And the truth is, some of these habits could be putting your heart, your kidneys, and even your brain at serious risk. In today's video, we're breaking down 7 blood pressure mistakes that seniors must avoid, the kind that can silently sabotage your health, even when you think you're doing everything right. This isn't guesswork or internet gossip. Every tip in this video is fact-checked by experienced health professionals, so you can feel confident that you're getting trustworthy, real-world advice you can actually use, starting today. And stay with me until the end, because I'll be sharing one incredibly powerful nighttime habit that has helped many seniors naturally lower their blood pressure without adding another pill to their routine. It's simple, effective, and often overlooked. Let's get into it. Number 1, not managing stress levels effectively. Let's talk about stress, my friend, because believe it or not, this one sneaky thing can send your blood pressure soaring without you even realizing it. Now, I know stress is just a part of life. We all have it, whether it's from health concerns, finances, family stuff, or just the everyday challenges of getting older. But here's the thing, if we don't find healthy ways to manage it, it builds up. And that constant pressure on your mind, it turns into pressure on your arteries. When we're stressed, our bodies go into what's called fight or flight mode. Your heart starts beating faster, your blood vessels tighten, and your blood pressure rises. And if that keeps happening day after day, well, that's not doing your heart or your kidneys any favors. But here's the good news, it is manageable, and you don't need fancy equipment or a personal trainer to start. One of the simplest tools? Your breath. Deep, slow breathing can signal your body to calm down. Next time you feel overwhelmed, try this. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4, hold it for 4, and exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Just doing that a few times can make a world of difference. Another great stress buster? Movement. I'm not talking about running a marathon, just a gentle walk, some light stretching, even dancing around your living room to your favorite song. Moving your body helps release tension and boost those feel-good endorphins. And don't underestimate the power of talking to someone, whether it's a trusted friend, a support group, or even a counselor. Sharing what's on your mind takes some of that weight off your shoulders. You don't have to carry it all alone. Also, little things like listening to music, gardening, journaling, or just sitting in silence with a cup of tea, they can all help you stay grounded. The key is making time for what brings you peace. It's not selfish, it's essential. So if stress has been creeping into your life lately, don't ignore it. Start small. Find one calming habit you can do each day. Your heart and your blood pressure will thank you for it. Number 2, eating a high-sodium diet without realizing it. Now here's something that catches a lot of people by surprise. Eating way too much salt without even knowing it. You might be thinking, but I don't even use a salt shaker that much, and that's totally fair. The tricky part is, most of the sodium we eat doesn't actually come from the salt we sprinkle on our food. Nope, it's hiding in plain sight in foods we'd never expect. Let's take a little stroll through the grocery store together. You pick up a can of soup, looks healthy, right? Maybe even says low-fat or heart-healthy on the label. But flip that can over and check the sodium. Some of them have more than 800 milligrams of sodium in just one serving. And let's be honest, who stops at just one serving of soup? Same goes for things like deli meats, frozen meals, bread, sauces, even breakfast cereals. It adds up quickly. Before you know it, you've passed the recommended daily sodium limit and your blood pressure starts creeping up as a result. Here's the deal. When you eat too much sodium, your body holds on to extra water. That added fluid increases the volume of blood in your vessels, which pushes your blood pressure higher. It's like trying to pump too much water through a narrow hose. The pressure builds and your heart has to work harder than it should. But don't worry, you're not stuck with this. One of the best things you can do is just become a labeled detective. Start glancing at the nutrition facts, especially the sodium line. You'll be amazed at how much you learn. Try to aim for meals that have less than 500 milligrams per serving when possible. And keep your daily intake under 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams if you're managing high blood pressure. Also, whenever you can, choose fresh over processed. Fresh fruits and vegetables, lean meats, whole grains. These naturally have less sodium and more of the good stuff your body needs. And when you cook at home, you're in full control. Use herbs, spices, garlic, lemon. Get creative. You can make food taste amazing without the salt over. Just remember, lowering your sodium doesn't mean giving up flavor or joy in your meals. It's about making small shifts that support your heart, your kidneys, and your overall health. You're already doing something powerful by learning about this, so keep going. Your body will thank you every step of the way. Number 3, not staying properly hydrated or overusing diuretics without supervision. Let's have an honest heart-to-heart about something that often gets overlooked: hydration. Yep, plain old water. You'd be surprised how many people, especially seniors, aren't drinking enough of it, and even more surprising, some folks are unknowingly throwing their body out of balance by overusing diuretics, those water pills, without proper medical guidance. Here's the thing, your body needs water to keep everything running smoothly, especially your blood pressure. When you're not properly hydrated, your blood volume can drop, and when that happens, your heart has to work harder to push less blood through your vessels. That strain can actually cause fluctuations in blood pressure, sometimes too low, sometimes it rebounds too high. Either way, it puts stress on your heart and kidneys. Now, I get it. Maybe you're thinking, but if I drink more water, I'm just going to be running to the bathroom all day. That's totally valid. But the goal isn't to chug gallons. It's to stay consistently hydrated throughout the day. Just sipping a little water regularly, especially with meals or medications, can make a big difference. And if you're someone who just doesn't love plain water, that's okay. Try adding a splash of lemon, a slice of cucumber, or even sipping on herbal teas. It still counts. Now let's talk about diuretics. These medications are often prescribed to help get rid of excess fluid, especially for those with high blood pressure or heart issues, and when used correctly under a doctor's vitals care, they can be really helpful. The problem comes when people either continue taking them longer than needed or think, hey, I'm feeling bloated today, I'll just pop one. That can be risky. Too much fluid loss can throw off your electrolytes, like sodium and potassium, which are critical for keeping your blood pressure stable. Plus, overdoing it can lead to dehydration, dizziness, and even kidney strain. The best thing you can do? Work closely with your doctor or pharmacist. Make sure your fluid intake and your medications are in sync. If you're ever unsure about how much water you should be drinking or whether your meds need adjusting, don't guess, ask. That's what your care team is there for. Remember, hydration isn't just about avoiding thirst. It's about supporting your entire body, your circulation, your heart, your brain, even your energy levels. So don't underestimate the power of water. It's one of the simplest, most natural ways to take care of yourself. Small sips, smart choices, and a little self-awareness, that's all it takes. You're doing great, just keep going. Number 4, skipping blood pressure medication or taking it inconsistently. Okay, let's get real about something super important. Taking your blood pressure medication consistently. I know it's not the most exciting part of your day, and I totally understand how easy it is to forget a dose or think, I'm feeling fine today, maybe I don't need it. But let me tell you, this is one habit that can make or break your progress. Here's the thing about high blood pressure, it's sneaky. It doesn't always come with big, loud symptoms to let you know something's off. In fact, a lot of people feel perfectly normal even when their blood pressure is dangerously high. That's why it's called the silent killer. So just because you feel okay doesn't mean you can skip your meds. Blood pressure medication is like a steady hand helping to keep your heart and blood vessels in balance. When you take it every day at the same time, it builds up the right level in your system to keep things stable. But if you skip a dose, or only take it when you remember, it's like throwing off that balance. Your pressure can spike or swing, which puts extra strain on your heart, your kidneys, even your brain. And here's something else I hear a lot. Well, I don't want to become dependent on pills. That's a valid feeling. Nobody wants to take medication if they don't have to. But the truth is, for many people, especially as we age, medication is part of the toolkit that keeps us healthy and independent. And guess what? If your numbers improve and you stay consistent, your doctor might actually reduce your dose over time. But that starts with following the plan, not skipping it. Now, if remembering is the hard part, you're not alone. It happens to everyone. That's why little habits can help. Set a daily alarm, use a pill organizer, or pair it with another routine like brushing your teeth or having your morning coffee. Keep your meds where you'll see them, but safely out of reach of little ones if they're around. And if your medication ever makes you feel off, like dizzy, tired, or anything else, don't just stop taking it. Talk to your doctor. There are so many options out there, and they can adjust things to find what works best for you. Bottom line, taking your blood pressure medication isn't just about checking a box. It's about protecting your future, your heart, your energy, your ability to keep doing the things you love. You're not alone in this. You've got support, and every small step you take counts. Stay consistent, stay informed, and keep taking care of you.
Number 5, relying solely on how they feel instead of monitoring regularly.
Let me ask you something and be honest with yourself here. Have you ever skipped checking your blood pressure just because you felt okay? It's super common, especially for seniors, to think, well, I'm not dizzy, I don't have a headache, I feel pretty normal, so my blood pressure must be fine. I totally get it. Nobody wants to fuss with machines and numbers every day. But here's the problem. High blood pressure doesn't always come with warning signs. You could feel perfectly fine while your blood pressure is creeping up higher and higher, and putting stress on your heart, your kidneys, and your brain.
This is exactly why it's called the silent killer. You can't feel your blood vessels tightening. You can't sense the added pressure your heart is working against. It's happening quietly in the background until one day it leads to something serious, like a stroke or heart attack. And we don't want that for you.
That's why regular monitoring is so important. It's not about being obsessive, it's about staying informed. Having a home blood pressure monitor and actually using it gives you real-time feedback on how your body is doing. It helps you catch small changes before they turn into big problems, and it gives your doctor a much clearer picture too, especially if you keep a little log or use one of those monitors that stores your readings. Now, if the idea of using a home monitor feels intimidating, don't worry, they've come a long way. Many are super simple to use, just wrap the cuff, press a button, and wait for the beep. Some even have large displays or talk to you out loud. If you're unsure how to use one, ask your doctor, pharmacist, or even a family member to walk you through it. You'll get the hang of it in no time. And here's the encouraging part. When you start checking regularly, you may actually feel more in control. It takes the guesswork out. You'll know when things are steady, and you'll catch it early if they're not. So don't just rely on how you feel. Your body's amazing, but it's not a blood pressure monitor. Give yourself the power of information. Check in regularly, even if it's just a few times a week. It's one of the simplest ways to protect your health and stay ahead of the game. You're doing this for you, and that matters. Keep going, one smart habit at a time. Number 6. Using the wrong cuff size or incorrect positioning when measuring.
Okay, all right, let's talk about something that sounds small but makes a big difference when it comes to your blood pressure readings. Using the wrong cuff size or having poor positioning when you take your measurement.
Now, I know a lot of folks go out and buy a home blood pressure monitor, which is great, by the way, but then they just assume, well, I'm pressing the button, so it must be accurate. But if the cuff doesn't fit your arm properly, or if your body isn't positioned the right way, those numbers on the screen can be way off. And I mean off enough to make you or your doctor think there's a problem when maybe there isn't. Or vice versa.
Let's start with cuff size. If the cuff is too small for your arm, it can squeeze too tightly and give you a falsely high reading. On the flip side, if it's too big, it might not compress your artery correctly, giving you a reading that's too low. And here's the catch: most people don't even realize their cuff is the wrong size. Especially if you have a larger or smaller arm than average, it's really worth double checking.
So, how do you know if your cuff is the right size? Look at the packaging or manual. There's usually an arm circumference range listed. Use a soft measuring tape around the middle of your upper arm to check. If the cuff doesn't match your size, don't just settle for it. You can usually buy a replacement cuff that fits your monitor and your arm.
Now, let's talk positioning. This part is just as important. Your arm should be relaxed, supported at heart level, and bare. Don't try to squeeze the cuff over clothing. Sit in a chair with your back supported, feet flat on the floor, and your legs not crossed. Rest for 5 minutes before taking your reading. I know that sounds like a lot, but once it becomes a habit, it takes no time at all.
And here's a little tip. Avoid measuring right after a meal, a walk, or a stressful phone call. All of those things can throw your numbers off. Getting into the right position and using the right cuff might seem like a small detail, but it makes your readings way more reliable. And that means your doctor is making decisions based on the real picture, not some number that was off because of a simple mistake. So give yourself the best chance at accuracy. Your health is worth that extra minute or two. Small tweaks can make a big impact. And you're already doing an amazing job just by paying attention to things like this. Keep it up. Number 7, ignoring other health conditions that affect blood pressure, like sleep apnea or kidney disease. Now this one's a biggie, and it's something a lot of people overlook when they're trying to manage their blood pressure. I'm talking about underlying health conditions that can quietly mess with your numbers. Things like sleep apnea, kidney disease, thyroid issues, even certain medications. These can all raise your blood pressure or make it harder to control, even if you're doing everything else right. Let's take sleep apnea, for example. That's a condition where your breathing actually stops and starts while you sleep, sometimes dozens or even hundreds of times a night. You might not even know it's happening, but your body sure does. Every time your oxygen drops, your heart gets the message, uh-oh, emergency. It responds by tightening blood vessels and pumping harder. Over time, that constant stress drives your blood pressure up.
And the scary part, a lot of people with high blood pressure also have undiagnosed sleep apnea. So if you snore loudly, wake up feeling tired, or your partner says you gasp or choke in your sleep, it's definitely something to talk to your doctor about. A simple sleep study can give you answers, and treatment, like using a CPAP machine, can not only improve your sleep, but also bring your blood pressure down.
Now let's talk kidney health. Your kidneys play a huge role in regulating blood pressure. They filter your blood, balance your fluids, and manage key hormones that affect your heart and vessels. But when the kidneys aren't working properly, due to age, diabetes, or damage from high blood pressure itself, it creates a vicious cycle. Poor kidney function raises blood pressure, and high blood pressure causes more damage to the kidneys. That's why regular lab tests and checkups are so important. And we can't forget about things like thyroid problems, chronic pain, or even certain medications like decongestants or NSAIDs that can sneakily raise your pressure. So, if you're doing all the right things, eating well, exercising, taking your meds, and your numbers are still stubbornly high, don't get discouraged. There might be something deeper going on that needs a closer look. The most powerful thing you can do? Be your own best advocate. Ask questions. Share all your symptoms with your doctor, even the ones that don't seem related. Because in the world of blood pressure, everything's connected. Remember, your health is like a big puzzle. Every piece matters, and the more complete your picture is, the better your care can be. You've got this. And you're doing better than you think just by staying curious and informed. Keep going. Summary. So there you have it, the 7 critical blood pressure mistakes that seniors must avoid to protect their heart, kidneys, and overall health. Remember, managing blood pressure isn't just about taking medication or eating right, it's about understanding the whole picture and making smart, consistent choices every day. By managing stress, watching your sodium intake, staying hydrated, taking medications consistently, monitoring your numbers regularly, using the right techniques, and addressing other health conditions, you're giving yourself the best chance to stay healthy and active for years to come. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone you care about, because these tips can make a real difference in their life too. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more senior health tips designed just for you. Thanks for watching, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.